Good morning, Vision. Welcome. So happy to have everyone here today on this beautiful day. The May Gray has rolled out, at least for a little while, so we have some sunshine. Good morning, everyone online. Feel free to join us as we all sing along our first song, This Is the Day. This is the day that God has made. I will rejoice. This is the time to celebrate. Lift up every voice. Enter this moment as God's own heart. Standing with joy in the truth of who we are. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. This is the day that God has made. I will rejoice. This is the time to celebrate. Lift up every voice. Enter this moment as God's own heart. Standing with joy in the truth of who we are. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life. This is the day that God has made.
Good morning, Vision. How are you this morning? Yay! Okay, that sounds good. It's a good start. Before we go any further, let's pray in. I give great thanks for this day, for everyone here, for those who are sharing this beautiful day with us on the planet, for those of you at home in the Vision community at large, and for each and every one of us here in the room, for those on their way here, and for those who kind of just, blew off their spirituality this morning, went to the beach. Them also, right? Oh my gosh, everyone everywhere, because what do we know? We know that there is only one. There is only one of us. There is only one life. There is only one universal intelligence, everywhere, equally present. God is everywhere. There is no place in the universe absent of the presence of God. And we know that that is love. And love is what brought us here today. Love is what brings us everywhere, because love does point the way always, and love makes the way possible. And so we are here to celebrate that truth, that there is only one. We are the outpicturing of the beloved. We are the arms and legs and the eyes and ears of the divine, and we are the light that makes the difference in this world. So we celebrate that. We recognize it in ourselves, and we recognize it in each other. And we celebrate it right here, right now. So I give great thanks for everyone here, for those all over the planet, knowing that wherever we are one. Giving great thanks. I simply know this is truth, and so it is. Yay, how you doing? How's everybody? Oh, I am so glad you're here. Look at how beautiful you look. I love it. What am I here to tell you this morning? Wait, I know. First, I want to tell you about our practitioners. I'd love for the practitioners and the ministers just to raise your hands so that you can be seen. Look at these beautiful people. Yay. I love this. These are the people that pray with you and for you all year, every day. These are the people that know the truth for us, so that when we have temporarily misplaced it, you know, like our car keys sometimes, right? You just can't find the truth for yourself. These are the people you call, and they know the truth, and they stand in that truth, and they know it for us. They pray us up, and in doing so, they're living the calling on their heart as well. Right? Because this is what they have made a commitment to do in life, to know the truth for us, to pray for themselves and all of humanity. So let them do that. After our celebration this morning, the practitioners and ministers will be up front. They'll be ready for prayer. Come meet them, greet them, and just ask them for prayer. And there you go. It's done. See how easy that is? So do that. There's a prayer request form in your bulletin. You can fill that out as well. Donna is a licensed practitioner. She's making her way around the room. If you have filled out that prayer request form, you can put it in that box. We'll get it. We'll read it. We'll pray on it. If you leave your phone number, we will call you at home. We'll leave a prayer on your voicemail if you'd like to do that. I like to do that because then I can listen to it over and over. It's just marvelous. So do that. Do that. This is the place to get prayer, because what do we know? Prayer changes things. Okay, I want to hear that with like emphasis. You ready? Prayer changes things. Yes, it absolutely does. It changes things, it changes us, and it changes the conditions around us. So, what else did I want to tell you? I know, this month is Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And I just wanted to put a spotlight on that, because we do that, right? When we have special months of the year that observe things. So I want to bring up Liz Lem. Please come on up. She's going to share the spotlight for us today. Come on up, Liz. Thank you.
Dr. Hugh Len lived from 1939 to 2022. He was a... What did I do? Look backwards. Oh, don't look back. All right, rewind. Dr. Yulen lived from 1939 to 2022. He was a Native Hawaiian and a psychologist. In 1982, he met Morna Simeona, who changed his life. She taught him self-identity through Ho'oponopono. He used that in his work as a psychologist in a psychiatric ward where he worked, where conditions were terrible. He did the inner work, and outer conditions changed. Patients healed. They didn't need to be in the psychiatric ward anymore. Powerful. So what is Ho'oponopono? It is an ancient Hawaiian practice of forgiveness and reconciliation. Morna Simeona, she modernized it and simplified it. She taught, peace begins with me. There are 4 phrases to remember. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And Dr. Hugh Len, he globalized Ho'oponopono. He taught for nearly 35 years in 21 different countries. He even wrote a book called Zero Limits with Joe Vitale. And this all made Ho'oponopono accessible to everyone. The basic concept is we are 100% responsible for our experience. We do the cleaning with these 4 phrases. Interior cleaning, not exterior cleaning. And by doing that, we align with the divine. When we are aligned with the divine, we heal, and we heal the world. Thank you, Dr. Yulen, for your work. And happy Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Liz. What else do I want to talk to you? I talked to you about prayer already. Oh, I know what I want to do. I want to show you our guest packets. If you are a guest here today, if you're visiting Vision, if you're here for the first time, or even if you're not, you can still get one of these little gems. We have them on the prayer table in the back of the room. You may have seen them in the front, in the lobby, or at the back door. They're all over the place. You pick one up and read through it. It tells you a little bit about who we are as a spiritual community. We are affiliated with Centers for Spiritual Living Worldwide. We are a happening place. We are the place where transformation occurs. We transform lives through practical spirituality. It says so right on that banner. And we do that through spiritual tools that we practice here, meditation and affirmative prayer and visioning and visualization and what have I forgotten? There's a whole bunch of other ones. But we're here to give you those tools so you can add them to your spiritual tool belt to transform your life as well. And then as you are transforming, you transform people around you. See how that works? Like a pebble in a pond. We just ripple out and change lives and uplift the planet. And yeah, and that's a good thing, right? That's a good thing. Oh, anyway, there is a greeting on the front of the welcome packet. We say it to remind ourselves every week. And let's say it for our guests as well. You ready? You with me? Whoever you are and wherever you are welcome here. You are safe and you are loved. I love it. Now, I'd love for you to just turn to somebody and say, welcome to Vision. If you know them, if you don't know them, it's okay. Oh, we're a chatty group this morning. I love it. I'm going to turn it over to Marcus and the celebration singers right now. They're going to sing our centering song and prepare us for the 5-minute meditation.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. 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 I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Okay, good morning. So my name is Diane Russell. I am a staff minister here at Vision. I'm going to read you some quotes. Normally we go into our 5-minute meditation. Today it's still going to be a 5-minute meditation, but I am going to guide you through the Ho'oponopono meditation. So to begin with, here we have a quote from Eckhart Tolle. Always say yes to the present moment. Say yes to life. See how life suddenly starts working for you rather than against you. And from Ernest Holmes, I am lifting up my whole mind in faith to the conviction that the Spirit of God is within me and that this Spirit is my real self. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. The memorial candle is burning today for John Flanagan, my dear friend for over 50 years. John made his transition on Tuesday. And I know that the light that John was here on planet Earth, he continues to be in his next expression. I know that there is one. It is this one perfect, deep love. It is this one that is perfect intelligence, perfect wisdom, wholeness beyond measure. It is this one that created each one of us out of itself. And so we are that. We are wholeness, we are love, we are goodness. We are everything that we could ever need. And we call on that now. We call on that to provide for us, to give us life. We call on that because we are love and we are connected in more ways than we can ever know. We're made of the same stuff. I know that all the feels of love and kindness and harmony and also of grief, they all come from the same place. They come from that one big connection that we are. I know that, as in the quote, as we say yes to life, life says yes to us. And so in great appreciation for all the volunteers and all the people, congregants, everybody here at Vision that always say yes, I have great gratitude. I know that today is a very good day. Every day is a very good day for letting people know how much we appreciate and love them. And so right now I tell each of us, each of you, how much I love and appreciate you. I know that this morning our message is heard with open ears and open hearts. And I know that this is a day to open to the fullness of life, the full awareness of who and what we are. That God is with us at every moment. And so with all that, and with the knowing that it is done as we say it, and with a grateful, grateful heart, I let these words be complete in form right now. And so, as a symbol of that, please say with me, and so it is.
We have special music today, preparing for their upcoming concert on the 29th. We have Janice Edwards, Tony Davis, and Nathan Fry.
Hello, Vision. It seems like it's been so long since I was here. I've always been part of this family. Always loved you guys. We didn't move too far away. We moved up to Marietta, but it's not too far. We come down, but we've gotten older now. But I thank God that we're here. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us, only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no country. Oh, it isn't hard to do. Nothing to live or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace.
Oh, you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of men.
Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I know I'm not the only one.
You're not the only one.
I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one.
Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Someday we'll get it together and we'll get it all done. Someday
When your head's much lighter,
someday we'll walk in the rays of a beautiful sun. Someday things will get brighter. Imagine all the people sharing all the world.
you may say I'm a dreamer, but I know I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us. This is what I wish. And the world will be as one.
Can't see that I'm crying. Well, you know Reverend Audra. You love her. Let me just tell you a little bit about her. Reverend Audra Nicole is a phenomenally flawed human. I did not write this. Okay. A phenomenally flawed human and the embodiment of the divine. Yes, we are. Okay, it had a better ending too. Okay. She's full of infinite love, and some days she feels like she's wearing a bonnet full of bees. We got it. And Audra fully understands this paradoxical nature is the fullness of life and lives each day as the best day ever. Originally from San Jose, California, Reverend Audra spent most of her adult life in Southern California, mostly San Diego, yay. In 2020, she began a walkabout journey that led her to Los Angeles, Denver, Oklahoma City, St. Louis, and Bend, Oregon. She recently moved to Las Vegas to be with her boyfriend and is excited to plant roots there. She graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration with a minor in Spanish from the University of San Diego after spending a semester abroad in Toledo, Spain. She spent the last 18 plus years running a business as an operations and finance manager, including as director of operations and finance at Seaside Center for Spiritual Living in Encinitas, and as the education director at Vision. That's right, I remember those days. You remember those days? Holy moly. Anyway, Reverend Audra is currently the director of operations at SWAN, a nonprofit that supports and guides organizations and leaders to cultivate safe, diverse, balanced, harmonious, and sustainable internal structures and organizational cultures. Audra is a licensed New Thought spiritual minister, yay, and a teacher, as well as a Love Plus empowerment coach. She's spent over 8 years on the Next Gen Retreat leadership team. She's the co-senior minister of Spirit Uncensored. If you don't get their emails, you should get them. They're wonderful. Anyway, where am I? Oh, and the Next Gen Retreat. Through her own journey of radically honoring her truth, deeply cultivating her own authentic expression, and over 15 years of unwavering spiritual training and practice, she has learned firsthand how to live and embody her bliss. Please welcome Reverend Audra Nicole.
Well, I don't have glasses, so y'all can see all my tears. Whew. Good morning, Vision. I just have to soak it in. It was 2013, and I walked into Vision's doors at a different location, but you know, they were the same doors. It was the doors to this family. And I was wearing a sticker that looked a little bit like this one, except that one said, "I am in silence." I was practicing silence on Sundays occasionally. But I was in a new place. Nobody knew me. Nobody really understood what the sticker meant. It was kind of a weird thing. Who's this new girl? She's really young. What's the sticker mean? So everyone assumed that I was mute. It was really funny. They're like, "Is she okay? Hi! Welcome!" Hi. And then, y'all have this amazing person, Mr. John Kirko. Let's give it up for John. John came up as John does, and he gave me a big old bear hug, and he said, "Welcome to Vision," and he read my sticker, and he said, "Okay." And then he kind of held me for a while. And all the people came up, and they said hello, and they did their weird thing, and John said, No, she's not mute, she's not deaf. She's just in silence today, y'all. Relax. I was like, "Oh my God, he gets it. He gets it." And that was my first Sunday at Vision. And it was one of the greatest, grandest days of my life. I was in my late 20s at the time. And I went up to Reverend Patty shortly after that when I wasn't in silence, a different day. And I said, hi, I'm Audra. I love what you're doing here. I want to become a minister. What do I do? She said, oh, that's so cute. She said, well, first you got to do this thing called become a practitioner. And I was like, oh, awesome, great. How do I check that box? She's like, well, you're going to need to take all these classes. It's going to take a very long time, 4 years to be exact. But I was like, all right, no problem, check that box. But can I take these classes, and can I take these classes, and when can I start these classes, and when can I do this? No, honey. Just let it simmer. Just let it simmer. Because when we go to do something magnificent, a lot of times it's got to simmer. And in this microwave culture that we live in, it's kind of hard to remember that. You know, I wanted to check the box. You know, I'd graduated school, I thought I knew what I wanted, that did not work, I did not want that, and then I got this thing called a call to be a minister. What does that mean? It means God says, hey, this is what you're doing. So I was so excited, I just wanted to run there. Reverend Patty said, no, honey. No, just take that little foundations class. just start there. And as you know, in true Reverend Patty fashion, she was right. And 10 years later, I became a licensed spiritual minister last year. Thank you. And for those of you who don't know, you might know because you've been in this community before, this thing called being a practitioner is no small thing. No. These practitioners, can you raise your hand for me, please? These individuals, they dedicated themselves to learning the truth, to not just being good at something, to not just being great at something, but to be grand at knowing your highest, and your highest, and your highest, and yours. They did all this yucky, terrible, horrible inner work. They dug up all their trash and their false beliefs and their trauma and their pain and all the crap their parents told them that wasn't true. And they had to simmer in that. And they did that for you. So when you're having a bad day and you think the sky is falling and you think you can't do it and you're not going to be okay, these individuals know with every ounce of all that they be, the truth of the God that you are the embodiment of. And if you know nothing else after today, I pray you know that. Because in this world, as this thing called God, as we expand, we're always looking for more. We're always looking for more. Sometimes we judge that as greedy. You know, I got the car I wanted. I got the house I wanted. I got the partner I wanted. Why am I not happy? I've decided I want this other thing. I decided I want this other thing. Maybe I'm bad. Maybe I'm greedy. Maybe I should just be happy. But that doesn't work. It doesn't work. And that's not a bad thing. Because this thing called God, this thing called Spirit, this thing that you be isn't stagnant. It isn't stagnant. It isn't finite. It isn't on a path to get to a place and stop. It is moving, moving, moving. Your heart is beating. Your lungs are breathing. Your hair is growing. Maybe not on your head, but it's still growing. We're constantly moving. And what we know in our teaching, what we know is that it's good. The truth, the core, the seed, when you undig it all, when you get down to it, it's good. That's what we say. We say it's good. Because we're humans and we're a little bit dumb. And what we don't understand is that it's not good. It's great. Sometimes we do the work and we learn that it's more than good. It's actually great. But those of us willing to dive deeper, to do even more work, eager and curious for what is true beyond true, those of us learn that it's not even great. It's actually grand. And that's what we've been talking about all month. This amazing journey from good to great to grand. And that place where we give ourselves permission to grow, to be more wonderful and phenomenal than we have ever been before. So my talk title this morning is, yes, yes, yes. That's what we're talking about this morning. Can y'all do that with me? Can y'all get there with me? All right, are we ready? Together? We're going to go? Yes, yes, yes. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. Because rivers are real. That's why. Because rivers are real. Yeah, rivers bring us water. Rivers are full of life. Rivers are all around us. The flow of God, it isn't stagnant. We've already established that. It's moving, it's flowing like a river. Life, the flow, the energy, the love, the goodness. It's a river full of life, full of minerals, strong as all heck. It can take you out. When it's dangerous, when it hurts, when it's awful, is when? When you're trying to go upstream like a goofy head. Am I the only person that has thought at some point in my life that something was a really, really great idea, but it was just freaking awful? It was awful, and it was hard, and it was painful, and there was nothing wonderful about it at all? That's only happened to me? Only? Okay, that's fine. And then I wised up, or I got hit by the spiritual 2x4 that Reverend Patty teaches us about. And when you get hit by that spiritual 2x4, sometimes you get turned around. And then this really cool thing happens. You have to go, yes, yes. And you get to float down the river. You get to be held by the river. Because if you've ever taken those swim lessons at the Y, you know that when you lay on your back, if you're willing to stop fighting, you can just float. You can be held by this thing called water that gives us life. You can be held by the current of God. And you can let it carry you to amazing places like LA, and then Colorado, and then Oklahoma, and then St. Louis, and then Las Vegas, of all places. Because the funny thing about spirit is that I have learned that it is wiser than me. I was shocked. I was shocked. I found it out more than once, it turns out. It's true. This thing called God, it knows more than me. Who would have thunk? I mean, John knows I know all the things. I know all the things. But spirit. Now, if you would have told me, if Reverend Patty would have said, you're going to go down this road, it's going to take 10 years. But it's going to be great, I promise. You're going to be miserable for a lot of those years. In the dark night of the soul, you're going to face all your demons. I'd be like, this lady's nuts. And there's some online paper I can sign, $80. I heard that's a thing. But Spirit knows to move from good to grand to great. Nope, I did that wrong. Right? See? Even if you go the wrong way, you can still get there. That's the great part about it. Even when you mess it up. You know, it's not called a good Cherokee Wagoneer. It's not called a great Cherokee Wagoneer. And I don't know how old you are. If you're super young, you know those new ones are sexy. And if you're a little bit older, you remember the old ones that were really sexy. It's called a grand Wagoneer. Because more goodness is available. I think that's the hardest thing. Maybe not the hardest thing, that's a dramatic statement, I own that. It's one of the harder things in our culture to give ourselves permission to have more good, to do better, to have more blessings, to have an even happier family, to do more than get by. What if it was easier? Like, what if it was easier? It just boggles my mind how silly we can be, how forgetful we can be, that it doesn't have to be this hard, giving it all of our strength and all of our might and not going anywhere. You know, we've all been through a lot in these last 4 years. Regardless of where you stand on what side of what line and how you're mad at who. We've all been through some stuff. But I think one of the greatest things that we've gotten out of all of this, because we ended up collectively recognizing that we were all, in one way or another, swimming upstream. Maybe it was in our families, maybe it was in our jobs, maybe it was with our health, maybe it was with a relationship with a person. There was some place in your life, I don't know all of you, but I know there was some place in your life that you were swimming upstream. And when the world was on fire and everything was shut down and everything was horrible and everything was scary and everything was painful, a part of you recognized that you couldn't do it anymore. We got exhausted in a magnificent way because there was nothing left to do but turn around. Turn around and look around at what matters most. Who am I loving? How am I loving them well? How am I loving me well? What do I need? What does my family need? What does my community need to be better? To not just be good, to be great. How can we do it together? How can we do it better? And that's a gift. That's a gift. Chris Franklin in The Call of Intuition says that alignment is a vibration. It's a movement of energy that feels grounded and enlightened and propels you gracefully forward towards your values. To me, that sounds like a river going that way. That's a river I want to be floating on. Carolyn Miss in Sacred Contract says, once you are awakened to something, a truth or an injustice, we are held accountable and must take action according to that truth. We cannot ignore or compress that awareness. There's no going back. Now, I'm going to be honest, I haven't read that book, so I don't have the full context, but I'm sure she meant well. However, what I don't like about this quote is that it only talks about it from the negative. When we see something bad, when we learn, we have to be held accountable to the truth, to the injustice, to do better, right? We talk about that a lot. But what Carol doesn't mention here, but I think she still means, is that when we awaken to something, a greater truth, the truth that you can have more money in your bank account, that you can be treated well in a relationship, that you can do joyful things with your day, that God loves you, that God is love, that you are the embodiment. When we wake up to those truths, we are also held accountable to live a greater life on a daily basis, to have healthier relationships, to have more peace in our bones on the daily. We are held accountable, and we can't go back because we know the truth. And that is really important to remember. One of my favorites, Eckhart Tolle. Any Eckhart Tolle fans in here? Nice. My people. Okay. When the basis of your actions is inner alignment to the present moment, when the basis of your actions is inner alignment in the present moment, your actions become empowered with the intelligence of life itself. Now, which river are we talking about there? This one or this one? The alignment, the power. It blows my mind how consistently we are unable to see the good right here. Right here. I'm in town visiting one of my best friends in the whole world, the Gaines family. They are my favorite humans on the planet. No offense, y'all. Lisa Ann, this woman, we were crying and laughing last night because she was so dumb. And I have her permission to tell this story, and I called her dumb to her face. She was so dumb. Lisa and I are millennials. So the joke right now is, hey, millennials, how's your 2,000 square foot homestead in your backyard going? This is our midlife crisis for some reason. We're making sourdough bread and trying to figure out how to have chickens. And it's what we're doing, y'all. It's what we're doing. And it's what Lisa's doing. The Gaines live in Rancho Penasquitos, and they have a backyard that's maybe as big as this room. That might be true. Lisa has 18 stalks of corn. She's got 4 different kinds of tomatoes. She's got herbs and wildflowers, and there's a fish pond, and I don't even know all the things she has done with that tiny, tiny space. And Lisa and I are dear friends, and we talk all the time about what we dream about for our futures and for our children, for children of the world, and what we need. And they're renting a house, and my boyfriend and I, we rent in Vegas. And so, you know, as dear friends, we talk about what do we want? What kind of house do we want to have? What do we want it to be? What do we want the community to be? How do we want the kids to grow up? And Lisa's got all these dreams, and she's from Texas, so, you know, a little strong-willed. So she's had it in her head that when their oldest graduates high school, they're going to Texas. You know, because in Texas, you can get land. You know, in Texas, they let you raise your children how you want to raise your children. In Texas, she has family. One of her best friends lives there. Texas, man, Texas is the place. She's been hell set on Texas. And then a couple years ago, her husband's uncle said, hey, you know, I've got this guest house on my property in Ramona. It's a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. I've got 5 acres. Y'all should come rent that house. Y'all should come be out here. No, 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 no. We're going to Texas. No, 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 no. We're going to Texas. Meanwhile, Chris and David, they start doing work together. They're building all kinds of businesses, having all kinds of friends. And Uncle David's like, hey, you know that house, that tenant, that lease is up. Do you guys want to come? No, nope, nope, nope. That house isn't for us. I don't want to live that close to family. I don't know, Uncle David, sometimes he's kind of, I don't know, maybe he's angry. I don't know. Do I really want to live with Uncle David? And it's Ramona. I don't know. It's a terrible idea. The house, it's got to be small. It's a guest house. It has to be small. So last night, Lisa and I are in bed, just catching up, talking about it. I'm like, all right, Lisa, what is going on with this Ramona? Like, come on, give me the tea. Tell me the whole story. Well, Uncle David has this really nice, let's pull it up. Let's look at the pictures. Oh, look at that kitchen. It has an island like you want because you cook a lot and you want people hanging out with you in the kitchen. And that's a lot of cupboard space. And the living room's right there and the dining room's right there. So all the kids are going to be in the same room with you? Huh, that looks terrible. Oh man, that master shower with custom tile? Oh, and look at the aerial view. So Uncle David's house is right here and he has a pool that you don't have to clean. And what am I seeing over here? That's a stable and a round corral, and he's going to have people board their horses there so your girls can grow up with horses on their property, but they're not responsible for feeding them or taking care of them? Oh my God, this sounds terrible. And your mother-in-law that you love more than anything, she lives 10 minutes away? God, wow, I don't know. And Uncle David, he's going to let you rent it for the same price you're paying right now in the suburbs with a small yard? And, and he just said he's going to let you rent to own? In San Diego? Yeah, Texas. Cockroaches and that summer heat and, your mama, she's nuts and she drives you nuts. But yeah, let's talk about Texas. So to get to Texas, you got to wait till your oldest graduates high school. And then we don't know where she's going to college. We don't know where she's going to live, but you're going to leave. But you can't buy a house right away because you don't know the neighborhoods because you haven't lived in Texas. So you're going to pack up all your stuff, move halfway across the country, rent a house, explore neighborhoods, move again, and hope that by then you can afford a house. And your husband, who's making really great money in sales and has a great relationships all across San Diego, is going to have to start from scratch. Wow, that feels like a really good plan. Ugh. But you want community where people can love your children. And when your husband travels and you have a home full of 3 girls, wouldn't it be nice if there was a man nearby who would hear if something went wrong or if you were uncomfortable, you could call to come over, and you want to have a farm stand and you want to have it and you can have it and there's a road and you can have it and oh, am I moving to Ramona? Yeah, honey, I think you're moving to Ramona. But I didn't want to move to Ramona. Well, someone's got a different plan, which is how I ended up in Las Vegas. I don't love Vegas. I'm not afraid to say that out loud. But I do love this man. He is wonderful. So I ask you, how many blessings is God trying to smack you with that you are just so committed to not receive? And how good of a friend are you being to those you love? Are you watching them say no to their blessings? Or are you calling them dumb like me? Shaking them a little. I had a really old car. I had that car, well, old to me, I don't know. I had that car for over a decade, so I feel like I did a good job as a car owner. It had 260,000 miles on it, so, I felt like I was due a new car. I had never had a car with Bluetooth, never had a car with a backup camera, never had a car with leather seats, never had a car with remote start, never had a car with a push button. All these things that are kind of like base standard in today's car market, never had any of those things. But it was time to get a new car. So I found the car that I wanted. I wanted a Honda Passport. If y'all don't know what those are, y'all should look them up. They are really awesome, just saying. But I've, haven't bought a car in 15 years. I have struggled financially a lot of my life. It has been hard to pay the lights. It has been hard to put a roof over my head. It's been hard a lot of years in the past. So I'm still in this place getting used to what it feels like in my bones to not be surviving, but to be thriving. So I knew I wanted this car, but survival, right? So I can't possibly afford a really nice one. We'll just look at like the older ones, the lot of miles on them. We'll get it, but it's gonna be hard. Yeah, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna pray about it. Yeah. So I decide on this car. I start calling around. I start looking around, and I find some. And I tell my aunt. So I am blessed to have one of those wealthy, childless aunts. They are awesome, but sometimes they're a little out of touch, Like, oh, I'd love to go to Fiji. Well, you should go tomorrow. Oh, well, I'm doing my work. My bank account's growing, but I'm not quite there yet. I can't go to Fiji today. So I'm telling her I need a new car, and she's like, great, well, look at this brand new one. No. I'm not getting a brand new one. I have to be practical. I have to be reasonable. So I'm calling around town, and the one that I want is actually really hard to, there actually aren't a lot of them in the country because this model hasn't been out long, and it was a lot. So I'm calling, not finding it. I found one, wasn't ready to pull the trigger. I sold it the next day. Terrible. But that was mine. It was terrible. So I was kind of sad about it. I couldn't find one. I'm looking every day. It's not fun. One morning I wake up. I'm too half asleep to fight. So phone rings. Answer the phone. Honda dealership. Hey, you still interested in that car? Yeah, sure. What you got? You reached out to us about a car. Sure I did. Reached out to a lot of people. Well, I'd like to send you some information if you're still interested. Great. What email do you have on file? Gloria, ... My name is not Gloria. That is my aunt, my Auntie G. That's Auntie Gloria. Auntie Gloria had called and gave them my phone number. Auntie Gloria had been telling me about this car because it only had 14,000 miles, and all the ones that I was looking at had 50,000 or 100,000 because that was all I could afford. That was all I could afford. You want to come look at it? Well, sure. Well, what are the numbers? What are this? Well, let me call my finance guy. I don't know. Call the finance guy. So here's the car, and what's the price, and what's the rate, and what's the... Yeah, here you go. Well, what do I have to do? I haven't done this, I haven't bought a car in like a decade. I don't know. What do I do? He's like, well, you just, you tell me yes, and I mail a check. Yeah, but what do I got to do? And how are you sure? And just, do you want it? I guess so. So how many blessings are we fighting to receive? Where in your life can you turn around and say, yes, Yes, I am worthy. It is possible. And my goodness, it's going to be so fun. Thank you, guys.
That beautiful man that helps me up them stairs, that's my husband.
Yes, yes, yes. Hope you enjoyed the message of this song. There you go. Doing it already. You know, when you're on that trajectory, moving on, don't let anything stop you. Just keep on going. Believe that you'll make it. I said it ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. It ain't no stopping us now. We got the groove. Gotta find that groove. It ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. Oh, yeah. Said it ain't no stopping us now. We got the groove. Let me tell you one thing. There's been so many things that's held us down, but now it looks like things are finally turning around. You know we've got a long, long way to go. Ask me where we'll end up, I don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. We're putting our show together and polishing up our act. And if you ever been held down before, I know you refuse to be held down anymore. Well, don't you let nothing stand in your way. Well, I want y'all to listen to every word I say, every word. That it ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. Come on, come on, come on. Everybody say it. Ain't no stopping us now. We got the groove. Now one more thing to share with you. I know you know someone that's got a negative vibe, and when you're trying to make it, they only put you aside. But they don't have nowhere to go. Ask them where they're going. They don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back.
That's right, that's
We're gonna
right.
put our show together and polish up our act. If you've ever been held down before, I know you refuse to be held down anymore. Well, don't you let nothing stand in your way. I want y'all to listen. Every single word I say. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. I like to see you move. Ain't no stopping us now. We've got the groove. Way down in the groove, y'all. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. We're on the move, y'all. I like the way you do it. Ain't no stopping us now. We've got the groove. And right here, we want you to keep your hands going and join us. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move.
Come on now.
Moving
I want to
on
hear you
up,
sing it.
moving on up.
Yes, sing it. Come
I
on.
said it ain't no stopping us now. We've got the groove.
Yeah. Move it.
I like the way you guys are doing that. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move.
We're on the move. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
We're on the move. Yeah.
Ain't no
was awesome. Don't you love the music here at Vision? Oh my gosh. And our celebration singers are right on time. It is time for conscious circulation. This is the time when we throw our abundance around, don't we? From good to great to grand, and just know that we live in that universe of eternal return. So let's pray. I give great thanks for the abundance of God, knowing it flows. There is no stopping our good. Woohoo! There is no stopping our good. Spirit is forever giving to its creations, and we are that, eternally grateful for receiving and graciously giving and staying in the flow always, knowing that God's good is forever. I give great thanks for this. I simply let it be, and so it is.
As I give, so do I receive, joyfully, gratefully. As I give, so do I receive, fully, freely. God is a river where abundance flows. Stepping into it, I accept and know. As I give, so do I receive. As I give, so do I receive, offering my first and best. As I give, so do I receive, knowing how I've been blessed. God is a river where abundance flows. Stepping into it, I accept and know. As I give, so do I receive. As I give, so do I receive, back to where my soul is fed. As I give, so do I receive, thank you for my daily bread. God is the river where abundance flows. Stepping into it, I accept and know. As I give, so do I receive. As I give, so do I receive.
So I want to just give you a little reminder that when you have a demonstration of answered prayer in your life, you need to email me. I know my email address is in the bulletin because I know that things are changing around you. With your prayer practice, with your meditation, I know that things change all the time for the better. Email me, just drop me a line, a couple of lines. Let me know, and then I get to share it with the community. So do that, would you? Thanks. Now it is time for the last word by Johnny Kirko.
Thank you, Mark. Hello, everybody online. We're continuing our meet and greet right after our celebration. Join us. We got a practitioner available for prayer and say hello to our community outside. We are in Sweden today and in Mexico, so we are all over the world today. Amazing. So tonight we have a very special concert. Amy Steinberg's going to be here. She's going to be here at 7 p.m. Yep, really fun concert. She's got a lot of energy. She also has become is going through ministerial school and finishing up. So we're excited about that. 7 p.m. right in here. Wednesday night is open mic night. We're going to be singing up here and reading poetry and all kinds of things. If you want to join us, Jim Bianchi leads us in that, 7 p.m. Then, first of all, how about Nathan, Janice, and Tony? Holy Toledo. You know, Tony sounded a little John Legend to me. I was listening to him today. I'm like, that's a little John Legend in there. First time we got a chance to see that, Tony. But we have a concert. It's going to be a week from this Wednesday, and it's going to be right here in this room with those three fantastic musicians. Join us for that. Yes, it's going to be a lot of fun. And Tony will be playing drums and singing and all that. We'll have the cabaret table set up like we always do. Join us for that. It's going to be a really live concert. They will be coming from Murrieta, so they're coming a long way down. Please say hello. But a really cool concert. Join us for that. We also have a class starting up. Reverend Gene, come on up. It's Journey of the Soul. We're starting up in 2 weeks. I need to order books still.
Not 2 weeks. This coming Thursday. It is.
Sorry.
Yes. So now is the time to sign up. Okay, just do that, because I want you with me to play and to grow together, right? If you're feeling stuck on your life's path and have any questions about your life purpose or what your next step is, this is the class. This is the class, the journey of the soul. Because our soul speaks kind of in whispers and nudges a lot. So this class will help us to tune into it more. It's very interactive, it's experiential, it's guaranteed to be just fun and powerful. And I'm really excited about the group that's already coming together for this. I think it's going to be wonderful. We're using the book, The Magic of the Soul, and it also has some specially created guided meditations that will enhance each class. So it is this Thursday night, May 23rd, from 6:30 to 9, and it's on Zoom. Yay. It's on Zoom, so there's no excuse why not to join. The tuition is $195 or $175 for members, but again, don't let money stop you from this experience, really. We have partial scholarships, and the key is to join in, to just be part of. So I do hope you'll join me in exploring the magic of your soul. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Jean. You can get that book on Amazon too, so since we don't have any in the bookstore right now, get them from Amazon and you'll be able to enjoy that. We're talking a little bit about ministers. First of all, how about our own Reverend Audra Nicole? It is so cool to watch the growth of many people who have come through the doors here at Vision, and Audra's one, and another one is Mr. Marcus Gilliland. He's going to be graduating in 2 Sundays, so join us up at Seaside. We're going to be we're celebrating him and his graduation. It's really exciting. The relief of these people after they've gone through all the practitioner studies and ministerial school, oh my God. And that's why you see Marcus acting the way he does. Really cool stuff. We'll tell you more about that, but it's in 2 Sundays from now. We're going to all head up there. Rich, come on up. We're going to talk about the Gourmets for God. We are continuing to look for hosts, right?
We are looking for hosts. Just a few good hosts is all we need. We've been doing this now for 3 weeks. We've got about 3 or 4 confirmed hosts for events. We need about 3 or 4 more. I've had several people come up and take one of these forms, and they are ready to fill them out. Well, right now is when you have to get up off your affirmations and actually fill it out. We're going to continue recruiting hosts this week and next, and then the first weekend in June, we go live with the auctions. Outside on the wall, there'll be silent auctions. There'll be live auctions here from the podium. We really need the hosts to step up right now. Next 2 Sundays is finishing recruitment. Sign up and be a host. We'll save you a seat at the table.
Thank you, Rich. We are continuing to look for core council members. We have a couple people who have kind of put some interest into it. So if you're interested in being a core council member, it's a 3-year term, and you just have to be a member of Vision and have taken foundations class. So if that's you, come and see myself or one of our core council members, Reverend Patty. Speaking of Reverend Patty, next week she will be back. Her talk is "It's My Potty." and we have the Vision Choir who's going to be here. Good stuff. Audra, you wanted to say something? What do you got? Stand up. Turn on the mic, please, for Audra.
Oh, yeah. Testing. Okay, so I'm 39 years old.
Yay!
No, I say that because I am the spiritual director of something called Next Gen Retreat, which is the annual retreat for those 18 to 35-ish for our entire movement. So there aren't a lot of 18 to 35-ish-year-olds in the room here today. So that is a thing that exists. So if you know anyone, it's in October, at Camp Cedar Ridge, which is a retreat center that Centers for Spiritual Living owns in Oregon. So if you know anyone that could really benefit from 4 days with people like themselves learning these tools and practices, please let me know. And also at home office, I am on something called the Regeneration Committee, which is a scholarship program for ministers under 45. So if you know anyone under 45 that would love to be a minister, or you think they'd make a great minister and they need help and support and resources, please keep us in mind. We are here to help this next generation.
When she came in, she was the next generation. Now she's moved up to the other generation. Those of us who are in that. After next Sunday, the prayer shawl group's getting together too, so that if you want to be a part of that little program, they're going to be in one of the classrooms and knitting and all kinds of needle stuff. So if you want to join us in that. Thanks, everybody.
Okay, what we're going to do now is I'm going to invite the ministers and the practitioners up to the front of the room. The rest of us are going to stand up. We're going to say our affirmations. We're going to say in that power that we know that we are, standing in the truth of these. Let's just ground in the truth of them, knowing they are perfect and passionate and purposeful and present tense, all the things good affirmations are, right? And there they are. Okay, let's say them together. I welcome the magic that comes to me daily. I attract only the best and settle for nothing less. Yes. Thank you, and more of this, please. And we're going to say number 3 again. I love it. You ready? Yes, thank you, and more of this, please. Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you. I'm going to invite Reverend Audra up to do our benediction, and then we're going to sing.
Yes, yes, yes. I know with every ounce of all that I be that God is so, so good all the time. That this thing that keeps the planet spinning, that keeps the birds chirping, it is alive in me. It is thriving in me. It is celebrating this thing called life in, through, and as me. And as I know this of myself, I absolutely know this for every single member of the Vision community. Everyone here in this room, everyone online, everyone skipping Sunday to go to the beach. I know the truth of spirit. And right here and right now, I know and claim more good, more greatness, more grandness. I say yes to ease and peace and grace and softness, and the flow of the power of the river. For this and so much more, I am so, so very grateful. And I absolutely know the power of the law, and I understand that as this word is spoken, it is already done. So together we get to say, and so it is.
Peace of God in this world, the presence of Spirit's grace for all. I am the truth that sets all people free. I am the peace of God. I am the peace of God. And I shine my light, the light of truth within me, creating peace on earth. Yes, I shine my light, the light of truth within me, creating peace on earth. And I shine my light, the light of truth within me, creating peace on earth. Yes, I shine my light, the light of truth within me, creating peace on earth, creating peace.